A while back, I did an interview and video with Hank, a 78-year-old gentleman who, along with his 78-year-old wife, was being displaced from their home of 14 years and was facing the prospect of having to move into their decades-old pickup truck. There was such an outpouring of concern for Hank and his wife after that video aired, even offers of shelter, but they were out of state. Following the video, I spoke with Hank and it seemed things were looking up. However, things didn't turn out as expected, and Hank and his dog Roscoe are now living in a vehicle. Debbie from Lady Debbie S Vanlife and I were recently able to make some window coverings for Hank, so at least he has some privacy in his vehicle. But I thought, given the interest in Hank's story, that I would do another video and let Hank tell you in his own words what is currently happening with him. So come on, let's hear from Hank. Well, hello, Hank.
How you doing?
Well, the question really is, how are you and Roscoe doing?
Oh, we're making out just fine. We had scrambled eggs and cheese and bacon for breakfast. Nice fresh coffee. We made ourselves right on the ground behind the vehicle here this morning early.
Now, the last time you and I spoke, you and your wife were basically being ejected from the residence you had been living in for many years.
14.
And you were looking at having to move into your truck. But that did not happen, and there are some ups and downs. You were going to rent a room, your wife is somewhere. Do you want to just give an update on what has happened, what's transpired since we last spoke?
Okay, my wife's daughter and her son-in-law and all, they picked out a place. This would be great for you guys to live. I didn't like it. I wasn't going to live there. I didn't want kids picking out a place for me, and it's an old folks retirement place where they sit around in their rocking chairs, and waiting for the end times. But I may be older than most of them, but I don't want to live there yet. I'm not ready for that. I'm still pretty active.
And you were saying that you hated the idea of sitting around waiting to die and just looking through a little window, seeing the same sight every day,
Yeah, her place has 2 windows on it, and one faces this way and the other one is on the side of the wall facing the same way. And no matter where you are in that place, you got that same scenery, a little patio out there, and that's it. And with this, I change my scenery all day long. And wherever I want to stay, it's different.
Now, you were also telling me, though, that really one of the main reasons was because they wouldn't let Roscoe come there.
Not without a terrible expense.
Okay.
And they even go to the point of you got to have your dog DNA tested so that if they find any poop around, they can check and see who it belongs to. And give you a big fine. How ridiculous.
Oh my goodness.
But anyway.
So you were going to be renting a room, but that didn't turn out.
Right. The first one we were going after, the lady that was doing the property up and things was just dragging her feet and never getting it done and everything. And so that was 6 months ago, and still I checked with the guy the other day that knows her, and it's still not ready to rent, and that's terrible. Then the other one, me and 2 or 3 guys from church were going to rent this place, and somehow the guy didn't get all the proper permits for the upgrades that he was doing to the place.
Oh, okay.
And so somebody turned him in and said he's not getting. So that may come back in a few weeks, because he's gotten everything. The city came out and inspected and okayed. Well, he did get the work was done right, and everything was done up to code. He just didn't have the permits. So he's got the permits, and they've done a preliminary inspection. Maybe they're going to do another one, and that one may come back. So I may be renting a house out in the orchard somewhere. So.
But right now, you were telling me you identified yourself as being homeless, is what you told me, basically.
Yes, I am living in the front seat of this vehicle.
So now this is a Ford Escape SUV.
Yes.
Now you've got a lot of stuff in here, Hank.
I've got a whole lot more than I need. Yes, I've got probably 6 to 8 weeks worth of clothes, which I don't need that much in here.
No.
So I'm going to strip it all down to about a week worth of clothes, you know, one bag. And I've got bags full of shorts, bags full of shirts, bags full of skivvies, bags full of socks.
Okay.
And it's just, you know, like I said, I got 6 or 8 weeks worth in here.
Well, what Miss Debbie from Lady Debbie S Vanlife and I did, we did come over and we got you set up with some window covers.
Oh yeah.
So those work. How are those working?
They're working out real good.
Okay.
Now this one hasn't been painted yet, but
yeah, we didn't get that one painted, but
the ones on the side here, this one's all been painted. And,
all right. So before you were staying in here and people could walk by and look in.
Right.
So now, at least, are you comfortable now with the privacy?
Oh yeah, it's great. I sit in here and I've got a bracket for my phone up here.
Okay.
And so I lay back in my chair. I turn my phone on to the videos that I want to watch. I usually watch his channel. And it's right there and it's neat and it's comfortable. And I got nobody bothering me, no extraneous light coming in. It's great.
Now we're going to come and put some of that Coroplast one. We were going to do 3 layers, but you said just 2. So we're going to do a second layer of the Coroplast that will give it more insulation. Hank, a lot of people will be wondering why you got a SUV, a little small SUV Ford Escape, instead of a big van that you could more easily and more comfortably live in.
Price-wise, they couldn't afford anything much bigger, and the credit union says, yeah, we'll finance that for you. They didn't want to do a schoolie, but for about 1/3 of what I'm paying for this one.
Okay.
But, they would finance this, and it's got a little 4-cylinder in it, so it gets good gas mileage.
And you are doing food delivery, so that was important.
That's right. So it's
Whoa. Oh my goodness.
Train.
Sorry folks about when you're out in the wild.
There goes the Sprinter.
Yes, but you were telling me that you're delivering food now as a job?
Yes. I'm doing some food deliveries.
Okay.
When I have time. And if I'd have been trying to use anything else, a larger van, either that or my old 150, I'd have been using every bit of money I make in gas.
Okay.
As it is, this thing takes about 1/3 of what I make in gas.
So how do you make your meals?
Well, there's a propane stove right there.
Okay. So you just assemble it together, but you're doing this outside?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't do it inside.
Okay.
There. The little arms out.
Oh, I see. Okay. And then you just...
Put it down there. Fill this 3/4 full of water. Turn the thing on, hit a couple of sparks, and it's lit.
Okay, and so that's how you make your coffee, and you also cook your breakfast on that?
I cooked my breakfast on there, and I did bacon first.
Okay.
And then I did eggs. I also have another little stove in a
Now we were talking though that once the weather becomes more inclement and you are not able to be outside due to rain, you're going to have other arrangements.
That's right. Or I'm going to have to put a little shelter off the back of this so I can...
Which is not very stealth.
No.
We were talking earlier and kind of came up with a bit of a plan. So me and perhaps Debbie or maybe even Tim from MoBangFoYoBucks, we're going to come over and unload your vehicle. And you were in agreement with this?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to unload it and we're going to go through, with you of course, making the final decision as to stay, go, stay, go, stay, go.
Correct.
What stays, what goes. Because we're thinking that maybe right over here on this right side, we'll make either some shelves or a flat platform that when it rains you can cook on, and maybe with a hinge so that it can be closed up while you're driving but opened up when you're cooking, and that it would be big enough that Roscoe could sit on it if he had to, but you can cook on it inside your van when it's raining. And so that means we're going to have to clear everything out. Now, one of the problems you were saying is that you have to get ice every day for this cooler.
Yeah.
So you were talking about another option for that?
Walmart has some nice coolers right now. They're look like they're competing with the Yeti at a little cheaper price. I looked at one of them yesterday afternoon. It was about so big, I think 50-something quarts.
Okay.
And it's got a dry section in it.
Okay.
And it's 4.5, 5 day ice keeper.
Okay, so you're going to do that, or what about a small 12-volt refrigerator?
I had one of those once years ago, and they're so small and so limited what you can put in them.
But now you were telling me, I don't think you mind sharing this. If you do, I'll cut this out. But you said you're diabetic.
That is correct.
And you need to keep your insulin cold, correct?
That's correct. That's what I was going to show you right now.
Okay.
Let's see. I have my kitchen supplies.
Hank, you've got more stuff in here than Carter has pills.
You got it. I've got this cooler here, and I've got a big plastic container here in the bottom. That so nothing gets wet.
All right.
I've got, and it's actually an old pretzel thing, and I need ice now. I got cold water. I got no ice in it.
All right. Well, you know what, Hank? We're going to come up with a plan.
And I have to have these diabetic supplies to keep them cool.
Right.
So
they keep cool enough in that
yes.
cold water?
Yeah.
All
there's
right.
no cold. The water's still cold. It's still cool in here, so it don't get warm.
Hank, we're going to come up with a better system. All right. Well, this is Hank's current situation, a Ford Escape, but stay tuned, because over the next few weeks the plan is to take everything out, come up with a design, and if any of you out there are designers, I encourage and welcome you to step forward with your ideas. We're going to get this set up, and possibly Hank may within a month be in a rented room, but if not, we're going to try and get this set up so for the winter he is more comfortable and has more space, because right now basically you and Roscoe are pretty much in the front seat, and that's all.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, Hank, we're going to be, in another week or so, we're going to be back, do an update as we clear it out and come up with a plan. And we're also going to, but I want to show just the globies again. This is what the window covers we made look like that we didn't get a chance to paint. This is what the window covers look like that are painted, so you can see side by side. It's a very big difference, and it doesn't let any light in, light out, so he has total privacy. So you know what? This is a big task, but you handle big tasks one step at a time, and you establish the priorities, and that's what we're going to try and do. So stay tuned, Globies. We'll keep you posted, I guess, for part 3. We'll see you later. Bye, everyone. Oh my goodness. We'll see you later. Bye.